Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to decode WAEC Biology 2026 question 17. The goal here is simple. We want to get you perfectly set up for success on your upcoming WAEC, NICO, and JAMB exams using the QandAHelp platform. We're going to break down this past paper mystery step by step, so you can walk into that exam room with absolute confidence. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so let's dive right into our mystery question and take a good look at our four suspects. The question reads, the mode of nutrition of an organism that digests its food externally is A. Parasitic, B. Saprophytic, C. Holozoic, or D. Symbiotic. Take a quick look. Does one of these jump out at you? To solve this one effectively, we really need to play detective and isolate our main clue.
Right. So the massive glowing neon clue here is the phrase digests its food externally. Now, in biology, externally simply means outside the organism's body. So this organism completely manages the breakdown of its food before taking literally anything inside itself. Let's visualize how that actually works in practice. Here is the exact chronological process in 3 really simple steps. First up, the organism releases digestive enzymes directly onto the food. Second, it breaks down that food externally. And finally, it absorbs the soluble nutrients. Think of it kind of like preparing a pot of soup entirely outside of a bowl, and then only pouring in the finished liquid once it's done. The organism literally pours its digestive juice onto the food first, breaks it down into small, soluble substances completely outside its body, and only then drinks up the prepared nutrients.
Wow, this fascinating process is officially defined as saprophytic nutrition. Organisms with this specific mode release digestive enzymes directly onto dead or decaying organic matter. They do all the heavy lifting of digestion completely out in the open before absorbing those soluble nutrients. You know, this is exactly what's happening when you see bread mold growing on a moist, stale piece of bread in your kitchen. It's actually eating your bread from the outside in.
So knowing that, we can systematically eliminate our options. Notice option A, parasitic. Parasites are basically freeloaders that feed off a living host. Since our clue involves digesting externally, which is usually on dead matter, option A definitely gets a big red cross. But then look at option B, saprophytic. It digests externally on dead matter. That gets a solid green check mark and is our perfect match. But you know, a really good exam student always double checks the other options just to be sure. Let's build our case by checking option C, Holozoic. Actually, Holozoic organisms like humans, goats, or dogs take solid food inside their bodies before digesting it. We chew and swallow first, right? Which is the exact opposite of our external clue. For saprophytic organisms, that digestion absolutely has to happen outside the body first. And that brings us to option D, symbiotic. Symbiosis simply describes a close relationship between two organisms living together in association. It really doesn't dictate that food is digested externally. Think of it as a relationship status, not a digestive process. So we can confidently cross that one out too. Okay, before we officially lock in our final answer, I want you to keep this absolute game changer of an exam shortcut in mind. If you ever see the phrase external digestion, remember that saprophytes do 3 specific things in order. They secrete enzymes, digest externally, and absorb nutrients. Secrete, digest, absorb. Keep that sequence in your mental toolkit and you will literally never miss a question on this topic. So, based on all the evidence we've just laid out, the indisputable correct answer to our original WAEC challenge is option B, saprophytic. Boom! That is exactly how you successfully break down a tricky biology question. All right, let's lock this new knowledge in with a rapid-fire quiz to make sure it's completely cemented in your mind. Question 1. What do we call an organism feeding on dead organic matter by releasing enzymes? Is it A, predator, B, saprophyte, C, herbivore, or D, parasite? Take a quick second to think about it. If you locked in option B, saprophyte, you are absolutely correct. Remember our golden formula. Dead matter plus external enzymes equals soluble nutrients absorbed. You're doing fantastic. Let's keep this momentum going. Moving right along to quick quiz 2, which of these common organisms demonstrates this amazing external digestion process? Is it A, bread mold, B, goat, C, mosquito, or D, human? Think back to that real-world example we chatted about earlier. Yep, the correct answer is A, bread mold. It releases enzymes right onto that stale bread to absorb those nutrients. Goats and humans are holozoic, and the mosquito is parasitic. Bread mold is our classic textbook saprophyte for sure. Okay, for our final quiz, let's test that shortcut from earlier. Which sequence perfectly describes the chronological order of saprophytic nutrition? Is it A, B, or C? If you said C, you nailed it. They must secrete enzymes first, digest the matter externally, and then absorb the results. Secrete, digest, absorb. If you got that right, you have officially mastered this entire concept. As we wrap up this explainer, it really helps to take this knowledge and apply it to the real world. So, next time you're outside after it rains and you see a mushroom growing on a rotting log, you'll know exactly what kind of invisible, external digestion is happening right before your eyes. To master more concepts like this and get totally prepped ahead of your exams, rush over to QandAHelp.com for detailed explainers on all your subjects. Definitely subscribe for more content. But before you go, I want you to think about this. If saprophytes didn't exist to externally digest and clean up all the dead matter around us, what would our world actually look like today? Keep learning, stay curious, and best of luck with your studies.